Do you feel like you have to quit your job to be a true real estate investor? A lot of people online definitely make it seem that way, but honestly, your job might be the best thing to help you get started. When I was first starting, I thought I had to quit my job too, but as I got more into it, I realized that my job was actually a huge advantage. In this video, I'll show you why you don't have to quit your job to start real estate investing and how it can actually help you succeed even faster than if you were to leave early. Now, the first reason why you don't need to quit your job is because having a steady income, especially one that pays very decently, makes it easier to handle the early challenges of real estate investing. Real estate investing is one of the best wealth builders in the long run, but in the short run, things can happen. You could have water heaters break, you could have leaks in your roof, or a fence might blow over. And when you're just starting out, these things really add up. And if you don't have the income to pay for these repairs when they do come up, it's gonna be very tough just to hold on to your properties. But not only that, when you first buy your rental property, you might have vacancies and minor repairs that need to be done before you can actually rent them out and start getting cash flow. One of my first properties had a hoarder inside and I had to spend around $15,000 to renovate it to bring it back to rental standards. And the whole time it was sitting vacant. So I was actually losing money because I had to pay the holding costs. So that's where having a job helps. When you have more money coming in from your job and from real estate, you can then use that money to snowball your wealth and buy more and more properties. But if you're investing everything you have into one property and you're only getting a few $100s a month in cash flow, then you're probably just gonna end up using that cash flow to support your lifestyle and you won't have much left over to buy your next property. So it really slows down your growth. And as if that's not frustrating enough, the next challenge can stop you before you even get started. Because the second reason why having a job helps is because it's so much easier to get a loan when you have a full-time W-2 job than if you have no steady income coming in. Conventional loans are the best kind of loans, especially the 30-year fixed ones. The loans for investment properties typically require you to put down 20%, and they're gonna give you a loan based on how much income you make. So just because you find a great deal and you have a down payment, it doesn't mean the lender's gonna give you enough money to cover the rest of the purchase price. What the lender's gonna do is look at your debt to income ratio. They're gonna add up all of your mandatory minimum payments from your loans, like your student loans and car loans, and they're gonna calculate the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance for the property you're buying, plus the PITI for any other property that you might own. So that's gonna be your total monthly debt. So this is a total amount that you're gonna have to pay every month no matter what, just to keep a good credit score. And to calculate your debt to income number, they're gonna calculate this big number by the gross income that you make before taxes. So for example, let's say you pay $100 a month for student loans and $300 a month for car payments. And if the property you're buying has a $3,000 a month PITI, then to maintain a debt to income ratio under 50%, you're probably gonna need around $7,000 a month in gross income, which equals to $84,000 a year before taxes. But what happens if you don't have a full-time job? There's a good chance that your debt to income ratio will be way above the maximum limit, which is usually 50%. And if that happens, the lenders just won't approve your loan. And at that point, your only options are to buy properties with cash or take out a more expensive loan, like a DSCR loan or a commercial loan or a private money loan. And trust me, these loans are much worse because they come with higher interest rates and less favorable terms. On top of that, having a steady job also makes it easier to save for the down payment and closing costs. If you're earning a consistent income, you can put away money much faster than if you didn't have one. But let's be real, one of the biggest downsides to having a full-time job is that it takes a lot of your time. However, this leads me to my next point. Even though you may think that you need to work on your real estate business full-time to be successful, the truth is, real estate investing at its core can be relatively passive. If you set things up correctly and run it as a business, you can hire a competent team to handle most of the day-to-day tasks for you. It's kind of like running a restaurant. You're probably not the one who's gonna be cooking in the kitchen, waiting on tables, or cleaning the floors. You're the owner. So think about it. What would happen if you try to do everything yourself? You're gonna burn out and you're gonna get stuck managing the small stuff and you'll have no time left to grow your business. So real estate works the same way. You're not supposed to do everything yourself. You're supposed to build a team. And in my case, most of my properties are thousands of miles away from where I live. So there's no way I'm gonna show my houses to potential tenants or open doors for contractors. I'm also not the one knocking on doors trying to find deals. I have team members for all of these tasks. I have a real estate agent and wholesalers to help me find good deals. I have a property manager who finds tenants, hires contractors, and makes sure the property runs smoothly. So sure, this means I get a little bit less money every month because I pay my property manager 10% of my gross rents. But on a $1,000 a month property, that's $100 a month. But to me, it's totally worth it. Because I don't want to be the one getting calls in the middle of the night because water heater broke or a toilet broke just to save $100 a month. I'd rather do something else to make my money and hire a property manager for $100 a month to take these calls and handle everything for me. If you run your real estate business like a business and hire the right team members, you'll have enough free time to keep working your full-time job and continue making money to grow your portfolio even stronger. Real estate investing is a long game. Don't expect to retire in just 1 or 2 years. It took me 6 years of investing before I was comfortable enough to leave my full-time job and live off my property's cash flow. And even now, The cash flow that I make from my real estate is less than what I make from my full-time job. But here's what makes it worth it. I don't need to work anymore. My real estate pays for my living expenses. My real estate also grows in value over time, and it gives me freedom that a regular job never could. Real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth and create income that you don't have to work for. You don't have to worry about layoffs, pay cuts, or having to clock in every day just to keep up with the bills. So if you're just starting out, it's okay. Take your time. Use your job to your advantage and grow your real estate portfolio slowly. Let your wealth build naturally. When you do it right, real estate can change everything. And once you have a consistent amount of cash flow, then you can leave your job. So now you know that you don't need to quit your job if you want to be a real estate investor. But how do you start if you're starting from zero? We have a free rental property masterclass that you can register for with the link down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Take care.